Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day where we prep this car for the removal of its transmission. I've got the car up on stands. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the jack that I was hoping I'd get yesterday, just because apparently it was on back order. They didn't know. So what I ended up doing is I stacked bricks on my current jack and lifted it up. So I won't lie, it was kind of sketchy. I wouldn't recommend it, but sometimes you just have to do sketchy things in order to progress. You might notice this car doesn't have a hood on it anymore. So the hood's over there. I'm not swapping the hood or anything. I removed the bumper so I could fit my jack underneath there at first, and I removed the hood so I don't have to worry about keeping it open, because I need to undo some things up here before this transmission can be removed. First thing that we need to do though is to remove the exhaust and the drive shaft, but the very first thing we need to do is to drain the fluid. So I'm gonna look around. Oh, I didn't need to look around very much. Well, there was fluid in there, which is good, but that looks, you know, like not a lot of fluid, but maybe that's just me. I don't know, we'll see. So I've got a few things I need to do. First is exhaust, then the drive shaft, then I have to pull the CV axles, then I have to remove the starter, then I have to remove the clutch, slave cylinder, maybe master cylinder. I think it's just a slave cylinder that's bolted to the transmission. Anything else? I think I need to undo this support here. It's already loose, so that shouldn't be a problem. It's a straightforward-ish process, but it's not an easy process. So I'm gonna let the fluid just drain, and when it starts to just drip and then all the fluid comes out, then I'll come back. But I think I'll get a head start on removing the exhaust. But after I replace the clutch, which is one of the things I need to do to this car, it's still not done because I need to fix the rust. I still have yet to get my flywheel, but it should be here within hopefully in the next couple weeks, maybe next week or so. So if I am able to remove the transmission before then, I'll just have this car sitting up on jack stands and the transmission just sitting on the floor. And I'll just wait until the flywheel shows up, and then I'll put everything back together. But I think I'll go ahead and start figuring out how to remove the exhaust. So a little update, the exhaust is loose, but I have made a new discovery with this car. So we're gonna go under. At least I'm gonna attempt to bring my camera under. Alright, so here we have an axle. This is the passenger side one. It's slightly poking out of the transmission. Focus, please. Jeez. And I can wiggle it around. So the problem might actually not be the clutch at all. It might just be this, which sucks because I bought all the parts and I spent all the fucking money on the parts and I was ready to drop the transmission, but I guess it's just this. I'm gonna try to stick this back in, and then I'm gonna put everything back together. I'm gonna risk it, put everything back together, lower the car, and then see if this was the culprit. Because if it is, then I'm just gonna drive around until the clutch does die, and I'll just keep the parts around until I need to use them. So I don't have to drop a transmission. Well, maybe. I'm not gonna say if I do or not, but yeah. So I did get a lot accomplished with this car in here though. So I'm gonna bolt this in and then see if it actually drives okay after this. So yeah, Let's do it. Oh yeah, and then I have to get new fluid as well, so there's a plus.